Have you ever laid awake at night, staring at the ceiling, replaying a final conversation over and over? Wondering why she just disappeared? Why the connection you felt, the sparks you were so sure were there, fizzled into nothing more than a read receipt and a memory that stings? The truth, men, is a brutal one, and we must face it head-on. Most guys are ghosts. You exist in a woman's life for a moment, a conversation, a date, and then you simply vanish from her mind the second she walks away. You become just another face in the crowd, another forgotten notification in the endless scroll of her life. But then there are the others. The rare few. The men who aren't just a fleeting thought but become a permanent resident in her mind, living rent-free in her head for months, even years. She'll be on a date with a new guy, and her mind will drift back to you. She'll compare every man she meets to you, and they will all feel like pale imitations. What is their secret? What separates the unforgettable man from the forgotten masses? I can tell you with absolute certainty, it's not his car, the money in his bank, or a jawline chiseled by the gods. It's something infinitely deeper, something primal and unshakable. It's a force they cultivate within, forged in the fires of self-mastery. Today, I'm going to reveal the 3 core traits of this man. Master them, and you will fundamentally change not just how women see you, but how you see yourself. You will stop chasing and start attracting. You will become the gravitational center of your own universe. And when that happens, she doesn't just remember you, she finds it impossible to forget you. This is where your transformation begins. The first, and most foundational, pillar is presence. I'm not talking about simply being physically in the room. I'm talking about an energy, a state of being so rare in our chaotic modern world that it functions like a superpower. It's the difference between watching a movie and being in the movie. Think about the world we live in. It's a hurricane of noise. Constant notifications, endless feeds, and a million distractions pulling our attention into 1,000 fragmented pieces. Most men are completely lost in this storm. Their energy is scattered, their eyes are glued to a screen, and their mind is anywhere but the present moment. They go on dates and place their phone on the table, a constant reminder that something, anything, could be more important than the woman sitting in front of them. They're desperate to impress, constantly firing off pre-rehearsed jokes, bragging about their job, or showering her with cheap flattery. They are performing. They are a jester in the court, dancing for the queen's amusement. You are not a jester. You are a king. The man who is truly present is a lighthouse in this fog. When he speaks to a woman, the entire world around them melts away. He isn't nervously thinking about what to say next or if she likes him. He is simply there. Rooted. Solid. Calm. He looks her in the eyes, and he doesn't just see a pretty face, he sees the person behind them. He listens to her words, not as a tactic to formulate a clever reply, but with a genuine desire to understand. He radiates a stillness that cuts through her internal chaos and makes her feel something she has been craving her entire life: safety. This isn't just romantic psychology, this is pure, unadulterated biology. A woman's nervous system is constantly scanning her environment for threats and for signs of security. A calm, stable, masculine presence signals to her subconscious, on the deepest primal level, that she can finally let her guard down. She can relax. And when a woman can truly relax around a man, that is where real connection begins. It bypasses the surface-level attraction and creates a profound bond. She may not even understand why she feels so comfortable, but she will become addicted to that feeling. She will become addicted to you. Let me ask you this: when was the last time you were on a date and you were so engrossed in the person in front of you that you genuinely forgot your phone existed? This is the gift of presence. It's about being so grounded in your own reality that you don't need her approval or reaction to feel validated. You move a little slower. You speak with more intention. You respond to the world instead of just mindlessly reacting to it. This is the energy that leaves fingerprints on her nervous system. Years from now, she will forget the expensive dinners, but she will never forget the man who, just by being there, made the world stand still. But this powerful presence is a fragile thing. It can be shattered in a single moment by an uncontrolled impulse, a flash of insecurity. That brings us to the second pillar, the steel framework that makes your presence unbreakable. Without it, your stillness is just a fragile mask, waiting to be exposed. The second trait that will burn you into her memory is emotional control. This is the bedrock upon which your presence is built, the fortress that protects your inner peace. It is brutally rare, magnetically powerful, and it separates the men from the emotionally volatile boys. Let's be brutally honest for a moment. Most men are emotional train wrecks. They are slaves to their every impulse. A bit of attention from a woman, and they're soaring with euphoric highs. A moment of silence or a delayed text reply, and they plummet into a dark abyss of insecurity and despair. They get consumed by jealousy over nothing. They overreact to her tests, turning a small, subconscious probe of their strength into a full-blown drama. They panic, plead, and chase the moment she pulls away, revealing a desperate neediness that is the kryptonite of female attraction. That volatility makes them exhausting, and ultimately, forgettable. The man with true emotional control, however, is a different species. He is the calm, unshakable eye of the hurricane. While the chaotic winds of her moods, her tests, and the world's pressures howl around him, he remains centered. Steady. Unmoved. And make no mistake, my friend, she will test you. It's rarely a conscious, manipulative game. It is a deeply ingrained instinct. She is constantly, subconsciously, probing your composure to discover if you are a rock she can anchor herself to, or just another pile of sand that will wash away with the first wave. When she says something provocative to get a rise out of you, you don't flinch. When she cancels plans last minute, you don't sulk or demand an explanation. Your response is a simple, okay, no problem. Let me know when you're free again. Your world does not stop turning because her plans changed. When she gives you the silent treatment, you don't bombard her phone with a barrage of panicked texts. You give her the gift of your absence. You allow her the space to miss you, because you are busy with your own life. This steadiness is intoxicating. It communicates, my emotional well-being is my responsibility. I am with you by choice, not by need. Now, do not confuse this with being an emotionless, cold robot. That is not strength, that is suppression. Emotional control is not the absence of emotion. It is the mastery of it. It's feeling the flash of anger, the sting of disappointment, or the pang of jealousy, and choosing not to be ruled by it. It's the core tenet of Stoic philosophy. As the great Emperor Marcus Aurelius wrote, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. That strength, that internal fortress you build, is the very thing she is subconsciously searching for in a man. She might leave you and date other men, flashier men, richer men, funnier men. But if those men are weak, reactive, and dramatic, she will feel the jarring difference instantly. Your memory will become a ghost that haunts her, a standard against which all other men are found wanting. You will live rent-free in her mind because you were the only place her chaos found order. So you have this unshakable presence. You have the emotional fortitude of a Stoic king. You are a rock. An anchor. But a rock doesn't go anywhere. And this is the final, transcendent piece of the puzzle. The one trait that elevates you from a man she merely remembers to a man she deeply respects and actively desires. The third, and most transformative trait, is purpose. A direction. A mission. This is the one thing that will drive a woman insane, in the best way imaginable, because it's the one thing she cannot give you, and the one thing she can never take away from you. This is where the vast majority of men fail spectacularly. They meet a woman they're attracted to, and she immediately becomes the sun in their solar system. Their personal goals, their hobbies, their relentless mission to become a better man, it all gets shoved to the side. She becomes his purpose. Her validation becomes his fuel. His entire world begins to orbit her moods, her texts, her attention. And in doing so, he makes a fatal error. He becomes predictable, easy, and ultimately, unremarkable. Her respect for him erodes, and she moves on without a second thought. But the man with purpose operates on a completely different existential plane. His world does not orbit around her, because his world is already spinning on the axis of his own mission. She can be a wonderful, beautiful, cherished part of his journey, but she is never the journey itself. Do you truly grasp the power in that distinction? He is the author of his own story. She has the privilege of being a character in it, perhaps even the leading lady. But she is not the writer. He is. And he alone holds the pen. This creates a subtle, powerful dynamic that women find irresistible. His focus on his mission, whether it's building a business, mastering a craft, or forging his body and mind, means his time and attention are his most valuable resources. He does not give them away cheaply. He never begs for her attention, because his attention is already occupied by his purpose. This isn't a childish game of playing hard to get. It is the genuine state of a man who respects himself and his path. His mission comes first, not out of arrogance, but out of a deep sense of self-worth. This energy makes her feel both safe and challenged. She feels safe because a man with discipline and direction is a man who can be relied upon. He is a builder. He is a stable force in a chaotic world. But she also feels deeply challenged because she cannot fully control him or his destiny. She cannot derail him with a mood swing. He has a North Star guiding him, and he will not be thrown off course. She realizes she must earn her place in his world, and this demands her respect on the most primal level. This is why women so often obsess over the man who seems just slightly out of reach. Not the toxic, neglectful jerk, but the focused, driven man. The man whose absence is felt, because his presence is so valuable and earned. When a man like that leaves her life, that absence echoes like a canyon. She can find 100 other guys to bombard her with empty compliments and endless attention. But she won't find another man who makes her want to be better, who inspires her to rise to his level. She will find herself stalking his stories, not to see who he's with, but to check on his progress, to watch the empire he's building. From a Stoic perspective, your purpose is everything. You are not defined by her acceptance or her rejection. You are defined by your mission. When she understands that she was a cherished part of your epic story, but not the whole book, your memory is burned into her soul forever. So, let's bring it all together. These are not 3 separate tricks in a dating playbook. They are a holy trinity. They are the interconnected pillars of a single, powerful, Stoic identity. They feed into one another. Your purpose gives you your direction, your why. It's the fire in your belly. That purpose demands uncompromising emotional control. You cannot build your empire if you are thrown off course by every passing storm or every text left unread. And from that foundation of purpose and emotional control, an unshakable presence is born naturally. You are no longer performing for others, because you are secure in who you are and where you are going. A man with presence is magnetic. A man with emotional control is unforgettable. But a man with purpose, he becomes immortal in her memory. He is the one she tells her friends about in hushed, reverent tones. The one who set the standard so high that no other man can reach it. This is not about manipulation. This is about masculine evolution. It's about forging yourself, in the fires of discipline and self-awareness, into the kind of man that you yourself would admire and respect. The kind of man who doesn't need to chase, because his life is too compelling to be spent running after anyone. The beautiful, powerful irony is that the moment you stop seeking her validation is the moment you become irresistibly attractive. The moment you make your mission your ultimate priority is the moment she wants nothing more than to be a part of it. You become the gravitational pull she cannot escape. If this message resonated with you, if you felt that fire ignite inside you, then prove it. Hit that like button so this truth can reach more men who are ready to hear it. This is the code. This is the path forward. Share this video with a brother who is ready to stop being a forgotten face and start becoming an unforgettable force. This journey is not meant to be walked alone. We rise by lifting others. And finally, in the comments below, I want you to make a pact with yourself. Write one word, and one word only, unforgettable. Let it be a declaration. A promise to yourself that from this day forward, you are done being just another guy. You will be the man she can't forget, because you are a man who has finally remembered himself. Stay stoic.